Welcome back, geeks, gamers, ninjas, robots. This is HorsePLAY Live. Today is Thursday, September 24th, 2015. This is episode 93, entitled Do's and Don'ts of Content Marketing. For reals this time. We said that like the last three shows. And yes, if you were here a little while ago.
We covered our ground the last few shows. Last show we just ended up talking a lot about TV, though.
But before we get into all the episodes, or this episode here, I'm joined by everybody's favorite filthy hardcore casual, the man himself, Yogi. What's up, buddy?
We're getting trolled already. BFT's trying to say now there's no Yogi audio.
I'm going to rant. Like, I'm going to straight up rant here in a minute. Like, I'm waiting for you to get out your little, hey, what's up, guys? Ah.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, I got to say real quick, I did get... And I didn't do the what's up this time. My bad. But I got to jump right into it. I actually made some progress with Comcast this time. I had a tech come over. They didn't charge me. Because, you know, they're all about hidden fees. He actually knew what he was doing. He was pleasant. We actually became Xbox Live friends. And he got shit done. And he actually understood the language. Like, we were actually talking tech talk, and he was keeping up with me. So it was just great. Because 90% of the people at Comcast don't know what they're talking about. So, turns out, when I had upgraded to the Extreme 105 plan, which they suckered me into, because they said, oh, if you upgrade to our highest internet, then you'll get a higher data cap, right? So it won't be 300 gigs, which 300 gigs is shit. One game is like 60, 80 gigs. You install like 5 games, you already go over your cap. That's why I have so many overage charges. They must think it's like 2002 or something, you know, where like files are small.
So what do you got now?
Well, I've been on the Extreme 105. It's a 100 megabit connection, right? Mm-hmm. Now I'm not gonna get into all the details. You know, I'll go off on a rant, but I was not getting that, right? So he says, you know, they never provision your account. You're being billed for this, but they never provision it so that it'll take advantage of the full bandwidth. And I think, oh hell no. So I got on the horn with them and got a credit, and I'm about to get another credit because I found that out. So that helps out because the bills have been crazy. So that I'm sticking it to Comcast, and they've been sticking it to me, and I'm finally getting. I'm knock on wood, I haven't had a connection drop. You know how I was getting the random disconnections? It hasn't happened since that. Finally, I have a reliable internet connection and decent throughput. I'm still not getting that 400 megabit, you know, but they always have excuses. Well, there's a bottleneck on your operating system or the RAM you use, whether you use an SSD or a mechanical hardware. They call it all the bullshit excuses they can. And I'm like, well, my entire computer is solid state and uses protein memory. It's super fast. There is no bottleneck on my side. Matter of fact, I have fiber optic going to your demarcation point. Your point of demarcation is all fiber. My internal wiring is all fiber. So if it's a fuck up, it's on your side, David. Don't pass the buck to me, motherfuckers. Okay, I'm sorry.
My turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
OBS can kiss my ass. For those streamers out there, and I'm gonna say it. I'm serious. It's happened. It happened to me today, because you know what I like when I start my stream. I like to turn on music, and I mute my mic on OBS so nothing gets heard. You know, and I just mute it. And then when the stream starts, I hit my mic and I just start talking. Oh shit, no. Well, for all you streamers, okay, OBS now has a glitch. There's a glitch in it. When you start the stream and you have your mic muted, make sure you unmute it before you start. Make sure you don't start muted, because then that glitch will come off. So that's the second time I've done that today. And you know, Obi's been drinking a lot. I'm freaking out about losing my baby. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good tip. And that fits into what we've been talking about.
If you guys haven't voted, I'd very much appreciate it.
Yes, vote to save or shave Obi's beard. GeekyAntics.net/Obi's beard.
This motherfucker's gone, dude. Missy has been freaking campaigning like a son.
Don't worry. I got a secret weapon. I will rally our fellow beard mavens. Beard is strong down south. We'll get some people.
Yeah, but she's already told me she's already told me if I get a flux of people coming in to save my beard all at once, she's got mom. That's all she said. I don't know what that means. I think mom will donate whatever she needs to freaking win, I guess. I don't know.
And everybody's still going on about seeing my face. You guys have seen my face before. Is that like I've been using?
No, it's not seeing your face. It's the lack of your face.
Because of the mic?
Well, because too. You mean you got glasses, so you can't see from here up because of the glare. And then the mic is. I mean, dude, it'd be like me using me doing the podcast just like this. Oh, sorry.
This is my thing. It gets people talking. That's my thing. It's my and the thing is too, with the acoustics here, and this is for real, when I put the mic to the side, I sound really tinny because the acoustics, the way the dynamic mics work, I don't have the dampening set up yet. I have to invest in that. But because I don't have it the sound reverberates off the surfaces, and I end up sounding tinny because it's picking up more the reverberation than my actual projected voice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I put the mic over here, I'm gonna just display it real quick. All right. Now it probably won't work. I mean, it sound like a liar, but it sounds shit. Right? To me, it sounds shit. And I've listened to. I've done local recordings.
Well, and you're damn near yelling right now, trying to talk. It'd be the same as me. It'd be the same as me sitting like this, with my mic way over here.
But yeah, we still have people talking about the fake mustache. I'm gonna write it. You know what? I'm gonna write it down this time so I don't forget. I'm gonna max out a credit card and order some things I don't need, and that will be amongst them. Fake mustache.
Do you want me to make you a mustache out of this? A fake one?
Or a mouth. Do you guys want the mouth?
Hey.
Or the mustache?
Hey. This summit is probably coming off, so if I do have to cut it off, you want me to make a mustache for you, and so you can put it on your mic. And then I'll send you.
That'd be so wrong.
And then I'll send you for the front of your mic, and then you can send. I'll send you I'll make you a little beard.
Can you like weave it and like make like a little mini beard?
And I'll make you a little beard, and like you can hang it from the bottom of your mic. Wouldn't that be fucking cool?
See, beard is with me. It sounds different, and I've tested it. See, and Tim Critter's not here because Tim was giving me the hardest time. That would be cool, by the way. But I think the mouth would be the best because you cover my mouth. Like, you kind of see my nose, the mouth, like a really like buck-tooth grin or something.
All right, somebody, I know you guys are artists. Okay, move your mic for a second, Yogi, and close your mouth, and just look into the camera so people can get like your definite, not that fucking close, man. They can't see your mouth. Look right into the camera, dude. They got to be able to see you head on so they can draw you a mustache, and a little goatee to hang on your mic. Because that's where you put your fucking mouth. You hide behind your mic every show.
It's my thing. It's my calling card. It's become my... Hey, look, anything you could do...
It's your calling card to hide yourself. Hey, guys, I really don't want to talk to you right now, but I'm going to hide...
Sean Freeman. Have you seen Sean Freeman's pictures? All his pictures are him with the phone in front of his face, like that, and that's become his calling card. And that's kind of one of the simple ways to do marketing these days. It's silly, but the stuff that's easiest to do is the dumb stuff, like the memes or the little marketing stunts, because they get conversations going. You know. Aussie. Oh wow, I can't talk. Aussie Geek Show. Thanks for the follow. That was quick. He just came in here, boom, follow. We must have impressed right off the bat. What? Oh, I make a hat too.
Yeah. Hey. A
little cap hat.
Hey. Shh. Morgana said, "You know how I have my face, the drawing of what Morgana did of me."
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna do you one.
I know, like the one you have on your Twitter right now. That's the Twitter avatar right now.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, nice. I like it. It's got like a
Professionally done, damn it.
it's got like a surrealist kind of. You know what it reminds me of? That video game 13. Remember that game that had like
Yes.
the cell shaded. That's a game they should make a sequel to. That was a good game. We were just talking about that on the Gaming Death podcast earlier. Games that don't have sequels and probably should. I would say, 13, Lost Kingdoms. Well, Lost Kingdom had one sequel. Concept Saga would be good. Seventh Cross Evolution and Seaman. How about Seaman? Remember that, Obi? Seaman, the one where the fish talked back to you, and it was like Patrick Stewart, I think, voiced it, and he was really sassy. Remember that? We had the pets. It was a aquarium simulator. You raise the fish and it would grow, but if you didn't feed it regularly, it would die because it was real time. So if you didn't turn on your system and go on there and feed and interact with your fish, he would get certain feelings, or he would get sick. Dude, that game was hardcore on the Dreamcast. That was when game developers still try to innovate, not just be gimmicky. Wait, you just need a pick of me. There's a bunch of picks of me. You go to GeekyAntics.net. Go to my YouTube.
Get your own damn pick.
I'll get you a pick. Just email me.
All you got to do is go on Google and type in Yogizilla and go to images.
Oh
They're
God,
all
there's a lot
there.
of them. There's some incriminating stuff on there.
And I got them already, so if you need it, something happens and they disappear, let me know.
Dude, Seaman, Beard and Hat knows what's up.
Okay.
Seaman talked a lot of shit, man. Because like, I'd get mad at him, but like, stop swimming away. He's like, don't talk to me that way. And then he turned away from the screen like, what? He's giving me his butt. He's showing me his butt.
My bum is on the cam. My bum is on the cam. Oh, my bum is on the cam.
Look at me. My bum is on the cam. Let me tell you, this booty. By the way, how long has it been since we restarted the stream? Now you have the time.
We're at 13 minutes.
Already? Wow.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Tom Green. Yeah. Anyway, Obi, what's your week been like this week and stuff?
Well, my week's been a little bit rough. Grandma and wife, and I'm treasuring every minute that I have.
Yeah. I told you I had a big death recently, but I didn't want to bring down the mood. And
right. Well,
it's still
no. I'm treasuring every minute I have with him.
Yeah.
You know, my guy here. You know.
Oh, that loss. That's the one you really.
I've already said bye to that one. I've already said see you later.
That's terrible.
I'm not. Hey, what do you want me to say? You want me to be honest? No, I
Well, I mean, you're like me. I don't like long goodbyes.
I don't. Once I
don't travel that much.
Once it gets to that time, and it's to the point where it's gonna happen, if they mean a lot to me, and which she does, and you know, and I just want to say goodbye, and be done, because I act like a big freaking rah rah rah, but if something gets to me, I'll tear up quicker than shit. So. We're not going to talk about this anymore because I will tear up.
The anticipation is the worst. It's like once you get to that point where your mind starts lingering, like sometimes I have to keep myself busy because the way my mind works is I'll have like 100 thoughts going through my head at once.
Right.
And sometimes like one thought will be the most pervasive and it'll just dominate. And like I'll just think of stupid shit because like maybe I saw a show or something happened to a friend and it made me start thinking about something and I'd be like, oh, what would happen if so-and-so died? Or what would happen if I lost this client? Or what would happen if a meteor hit us? Like, especially when I watch post-apocalyptic shows, I think about, like, the most jacked-up scenarios. Like, damn, that's some messed up stuff. What would happen to us if that happened? Like, who was I talking to the other day? I think I was talking to Beard and Head about it. Like, how much we take for granted our situations. Like, no one has a landline anymore, right? Like landline, what is that? We rely on cell phones so much. But what happens if the cell phone network gets knocked out, and the internet on top of that? most people wouldn't know how to adapt. Within like a few hours, people be freaking out. It wouldn't even be like 24 hours or 48 hours. It'd be like, wait, no cell phone, no internet, riot. You know?
No, that would be something to where if it was like serious, all right, let's go to Myers, or let's go to not Myers, but let's go to Walmart. let's go to Dick's Sporting Goods. Let's go get camping equipment, and just in case something's happening right now.
Well, yeah, that'd be the rational people. Like, maybe. Well, okay, maybe most people, like 60%, 60 to 70% would be rational.
It's a proven fact though that aliens like warmer weather, so you're gonna have to come to me. I'm not coming to get you.
Aliens got warmer. I thought it was the other way around.
No, aliens
Every time
like
they
warmer
portray
weather.
this, guys, really?
Mm-hmm.
Uh.
Because
Try to see,
like
is
where
the president set in fiction? I recall the best way to fight aliens usually is with extreme code, like cryogenics and stuff, like nitrogen.
extreme heat, like burn them. They don't like heat.
But why would they go to the hot? What? You just contradict yourself.
Yeah.
Or if you go by sides, they don't like the water either. So if you're by the coast or a large body of water, if you're at the Finger Lakes, I know a few assholes that live by the Finger Lakes. Especially there's one guy in Michigan. Get his name.
Yeah, he lives.
I think he does a podcast.
He lives right the fuck there. Yeah, right here, Yogi. I live right here.
Oh, Obi, they've been like your area is becoming a hot spot for filming apparently. Because all the like tax breaks and stuff. That's kind of cool. I'm happy to see that because California screwed themselves over with all like the fees. Like a day to hire a cameraman for a day, you spend anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. That's crazy. So people are filming like in Vancouver, but Vancouver is like Canada's Hollywood. So now they're moving to like places like Spokane, Washington, Detroit area. I've seen a lot of spot filming locations in Michigan. I'm like, hey, check that out.
There's quite a few in West Michigan and West Michigan as well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Providing.
Did you see that movie I told you about? It Follows. Did you see that?
No.
Dude, I told you about it. No.
Tell me about it again.
All right, I'll tell you about it again.
And
it's filmed in areas that I know you're gonna recognize. You're gonna probably be like, man, that's when I had the first fight with this so and so. Dude, some iconic locations, the places you're gonna probably recognize because you're a local.
Right.
And it's just cool. Like I started feeling nostalgic, and I've been in Michigan, but I never lived there. But it's the whole premise of the story is that there's a haunting of sorts, a curse that gets transmitted via sex. So this dude like goes to this whole wine and dine thing.
Oh, that's just south of me.
I
already know where you're talking. I already know. I have never seen the movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Dude, you should watch it. It like the premise, like I wish it was a little longer, and I hope they follow it up.
That area is known for that's where all the gay and lesbian couples live.
Well, the areas they were showing was so depressing. Like
right.
that bummed me out.
Well, they actually dumbed down the neighborhood. They actually dumbed down the neighborhood because they wanted to film in that specific location because of what was there. So they actually dumbed the neighborhood's a really nice neighborhood in real life. Like I've driven through.
Well, I mean, they must have done some really good jobs with the sets because there were places they were walking through and driving through, like beautiful houses that were like they looked like they were abandoned, like boarded up windows and then kind of like dilapidated and stuff. Like damn, like how can someone let a house that beautiful go to waste?
Well, they actually actually had a whole set. I mean, they built houses for it.
Yeah,
and a lot of those, if you as they're
it's a
driving,
budget film though.
As they're driving through, you seen a lot of them. It was only the front of the house, like you didn't see nothing else because that's all it was. It was the front of the house, and it was a board, basically standing up.
Yeah,
so they saved quite a bit of money, but like in the movie, one of the scenes, if I remember right, they actually had to do it. It was around a house, and all it was a shell.
I mean, that's what they usually do. They create that illusion, like you think it's a full house, but
well,
it's just like
it's a movie. I mean, you can do a full house setup in one room. You know, you
it's
just
crazy
change
how they
stuff
do that.
around. You know,
It's crazy how they do that, and also I find with a lot of like film and TV shows, they tend to always tend to portray like these perfect apartments, these perfect houses. I'm like, who lives in these places? Like, no one lives in the beat up house or apartment.
right. Well, guys, we've ran it a little while, but
I know.
again, guys, we want to remind you, episode 100 is coming up around November 12th. So we want to make sure you guys put that in your calendar to be here with us and to party with us. So we have a few things that are coming back. We're gonna turn the show back into just for this episode, but we're gonna turn the show back into kind of how the Sunday Dose is right now with that round table discussion. Get a whole bunch of people in here and just party. And of course, as said last week, Obi on the podium is gonna be back. Again, I don't think they want me to do this, but they want me to do this. So good luck good luck to the ratings and see what happens. If it goes up, I'll do it every week. If it goes down, then we won't do it no more. How's that? Because I can find something to bitch about. I promise you. But, of course, if you guys haven't heard by now, something's wrong. But you guys can type in actually in chat for those that are new to the gang or to the stream. Save or shave, or exclamation point save or shave in chat. But you guys can go to GeekyAntics.net/Obi's beard and vote on the fate of the beard. So, look, I'm shaking right now because I don't even want to talk about it. But you guys can go and vote and decide my fate. Where you guys can vote on a poll that we have, and of course you can donate in different ways as well. So we have wish lists on Amazon. You can donate. Even $1 helps. It'd be awesome. Thank you very much for those that do it in advance. So tonight on the show, guys, there's voicemails. And we'll bring callers to in early to join us on some of the roundtable discussion. And, of course, we rant. Yeah. We're going to be wrapping up our podcast and streaming series and throwing out the scripts, mostly. Well, kind of. Well, not really. But if you guys are new to the show, welcome to our silly party. Woo! I didn't even have to stare that time. HorsePLAY Live is where horse geeks come to play, and Yogi gets in trouble. We're the flagship talk radio show for GeekyAntics Network in collaboration with AllGames.com. Our show covers the aspects of geek culture with a special focus in indie and strategy games, technologies, and by the way, we rant. That's the 4th time I've said that today. Social issues that geeks face, as well as community events that we are try to be around and do ourselves. Sometimes we talk about tabletop and retro gaming, and all the time talk about food, just because. You know what? I got some fucking hot wings in the refrigerator too.
Don't get me started on the hot wing rant. We talked about this earlier. Was it last week or this week?
Well, no, last week. We usually on Wednesdays. Okay, that's what we'll do when Fifi comes home for the day that I get to see her. You know, we'll order pizza. I'll get wings. We'll get they'll get her and Cam will get a special pizza or something like that. And I ordered my wings, and then I called her right back up. And she goes, "What happened to your wings?" Before I even said a word. Like it was the manager that picked up. And I was like, "Well, they weren't double well done." She goes, "Oh, I'll have somebody coming out right now." I was like, "No, don't. I got some. I can make them done here." She goes, "Well, do you want me to?" I was like, "No, I'm just telling you." She goes, "Well, I'm gonna give you 16 wings whenever you want it." Like, okay, they know me that well.
I need to start playing. I need to start playing hardball because I told you they sent me these pebbles. They were like 3 pebbles out of the 8 wings that I got. You know, because I got spicy wings and no one else could really handle them. The honey sriracha, I love those things. But like 3 of them were like this small. They were basically a little tiny bit of meat and breading. I'm like, really? But I was hungry. I was like, I had a lot of shit going on.
That's why I don't get boneless wings. I'm sorry. I know it's more meat in the long run, but if I have frickin' 10 wings and you have 10 boneless, I'm willing to say about 20 to 30% of yours is going to be puff pebbles. I'm still going to have big fucking pieces of chicken.
That's the first time that happened. But you know what? I think from now on, I am going to stick to the bone in. But I like the breading in the boneless. You know. Actually, they got the ones now that are bone in with the breading.
Yeah, I tried them. I tried them. It's like that's like an extra crispy. You know, when you go to KFC, you just get crispy, but then you go to the extra mile and I want extra crispy. That's kind of like what that is to me. Like it doesn't traditional bone-in wings as long as they're well done, because I have a serious issue with bad chicken. Like almost died before with bad chicken. So it has to be.
Undercooked chicken is actually more dangerous than undercooked pork right now.
But it has to be. Everything that's done, unless it's like a 5-star restaurant, it has to be double well done. Or if it's cooked in a if it's wings, just because, man, I love my wings, especially on the bone where I can just go to town.
Damn you, Obi, you gotta make me order some wings next week. Wings Wednesday.
I'm gonna order some wings tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't pay the full price that Pizza Hut has. Maybe I'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings, though. We'll see.
Ooh.
But they got a stingy, too. There's one local to me, but it's got a stingy.
But they know me there, too, and they love the beard. So, you see what I'm going to lose when I shave this damn beard? I'm going to lose all my hookups, man.
See, people like me, but my better half, bless her soul,
I'm gonna start
to be mouthy, and she scares people off. I'm like, you gotta stop being mean. Be more nice to people.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna start going to all the restaurants, because there's almost every restaurant in town. Once I go there for like a week straight, and I get a certain, because I only get a certain thing at every restaurant. Qdoba's, I always get a burrito and a bowl. That's it. I always get the same rice, the same beans, the double chicken. At Five Guys, I always get a single bacon burger with a small fry because they dump a large fry in there. See, Tiger Claw even said it. Obi's going to lose his manliness.
I'm going to be a fucking little girl.
And now that we bought a Pizza Hut, and people say Domino's is so much better now. I've always liked Domino's, but Domino's has gotten much better. And I think they got better deals. But, fun fact. The fun thing for people to know, on Sundays, I don't know if they do it every Sunday, but they do it pretty often. You get 50% off online orders with Pizza Hut. Throw it out there, but I think it's only for pizza, for up to 2 pizzas. So you get like a $20 pizza for $10, or a $10 pizza for $5. That's a really good deal.
I don't pay what's listed in the restaurant. I get wings so much from Pizza Hut. Here, I get them from the same place. They give me a special price. They give me like
they're expensive.
They give me like 25% off every time, just because I get them 2 or 3 times a week.
Whew. You love your wings.
I do, dog. I do. And then I'll sometimes it'll be half hot and then half blazing hot, or spicy barbecue, or just. I'll sit here and drench a bucket. You
know what? There's a spot in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
They do like an all-you-can-eat buffalo wings thing, and I want to say it's like $7, $10. That's a really good deal. I think it's like $10, which is still really good. All-you-can-eat wings. So all night you're drinking, it keeps bringing you wings, and they're good wings. Nice buffalo wings.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right, let's move on. Let's get some people on here.
Got them. Hashtag derail successful.
Yeah.
Yogi, while you're talking here, tell them a little bit more about the show, man.
Shenanigans. Thank you.
Guys, this is a live show. If you hear it on the podcast, we might have cleaned it up. We might have not. Depends on how funny it was. But if we say something to offend you, keep in mind that we're not trying to offend anybody. We're really not. And if we do offend you, get the fuck over it, really. No, I'm just playing. No, it's HorsePLAY Live. I mean, HorsePLAY, Shenanigans, they're going to be there. We play around a lot. I cuss like a sailor mixed with a pirate. I don't know. Are you damn bloody? Anyway. HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, on Twitch channels GeekyAntics and YogiZilla. HorsePLAY Live replay is around 5 p.m. Eastern Time on allgames.com. About 5 to 10 minutes. You don't even have to listen to it. You just mute it. That's what I do. Hey, I have a view. But
I
about
actually
5 to 10.
listen to our shows quite often.
I do when I'm not. I'm usually busy at 5 till our show. So, yeah. Anyway, 5-10 minutes, guys, would be appreciated. Really helps us out, and it gets us on the board.
Right, top 15. We've been doing good. We went off. We got off the top 15.
We
for
have.
Like 2 or 3 weeks.
I do want to say something though, guys. That this summer we have made it to the top 5 one time, and I want to say thank you for that. I really do.
Yeah.
It's only one
that was
time.
a very special moment.
But appreciate it, guys. We really do.
That moment put a tear in my eye.
Yogi, are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Chat, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Ah!
Then it's time for Geeks Engaged. Back by popular demand, call-ins are abound. Remember, this show is about you guys, our fellow geeks, friends. Join the conversation live. Here's the TeamSpeak info. We'll put that right in chat for you right now. Now, we've done call-ins. We haven't done them for a while, so we do have lots to talk about. But just a little simple tip here. Make sure you guys use headphones, please. If all possible, try to be in not the same room your mom's screaming at you in. That would be great. We'd be grateful. But yeah, let's just have some fun. While we're getting all that set up and people are actually getting into TeamSpeak and everything, we do have a couple voicemails for everybody. Now, I do want to let you guys know that with TeamSpeak, it's getting fixed, okay? I had to do it default, and everything is getting fixed. I'm watching TeamSpeak right now, so if you guys do come in, I will drag you down to the HorsePLAY Live waiting room, and then when everything's ready, I'll bring you in. So, Yogi, you got some voicemails for us?
I do. Are you ready for them?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually just one voicemail, but it's from Andy Love Amato from Worst Radio Show, The Worst Radio Show, twitch.tv/The Worst Radio Show, part of the gang.
Oh, my auntie's calling. Oh.
Yeah. I think the subject matter has something to do with the beard and maybe Movember. That's all I know. I got screamed at for not playing it last week. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys, in the background you're probably hearing Obi talking right now. But turn it down because who wants to hear him talk? I mean,
man, this is not it. That's Tim Curtis. Hold on a second.
You're in two spaces.
Here.
Yes, this is my message because the fucking thing cut me off once already. Yes, my name is Saul, and I'm a huge fan of HorsePLAY Live, Yogi, Zilla, and Obi REALLY. I'm very upset that you stopped talking about the Destinies. I'm a huge fan of the game, and the King's been taking and all that shit, so I really think you should get back to the Destinies. You stopped talking about it, and it fucking sucks. Anyways, you should go check out the Worst Radio Show, WRS, or whatever the fuck they're called now. You should go check them out. They're terrific. Anyway, this is Saul Rosenberg. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Hello, yes, this message is for Yogi, Zilla, and Obi REALLY. I'm a huge fan of the HorsePLAY Live, and I'd just like to say that I'm very upset that you stopped talking about the Destinies. I'm a huge fan of the game, and the King Taken came out, and you're not talking about it, and I'm very, very upset by this. If you could rectify that issue, that would be terrific. Also, you should go listen to the Worst Radio Show, or WRS. I don't know what the fuck they're called now, but you should go check them out. But if you could talk more about the Destinies on HorsePLAY Live, that'd be great. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. By the way, my name is Saul Rosenberg.
I guess he really wanted us to know how he felt.
Well, what the fuck? He didn't say nothing about my damn beard.
I thought it was about the beard. Unless I pulled the wrong voicemail.
Hey, Soul,
like,
I want to tell you something, sucker. My name is Obi-Wan-X2. Okay? I'm a big fan of yours as well. Because I've heard you on WRS or whatever the fuck they call it. I've heard you on.
That's a good show.
I've heard you. I've heard you on there. So I'm a big fan of yours too, but at least get my name right. Thanks.
I think Saul Rosenberg, who I thought was Andy Lovamato, should do some bumpers for the network. You know? You're listening to blah 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 on GeekyAntics network. Yeah.
Well,
Branding.
he's so caught up on Worst Radio Show though.
Maybe if we talk more about Destiny,
it's gonna be our bumper, and it's gonna be, well, you're listening to the Worst Radio Show. No, you're not. You're listening to HorsePLAY Live. I want to have a conversation with him.
We got to call in live. Oh my lord.
Saul, if you hear this, okay, in a podcast, and if you're live and just not saying nothing, I want to talk to you, sir. I really do.
You know, we should have someone that's talented as a artist, cartoonist in particular, draw us all as Pokemon. That'd be fun. Because you're Obi Onyx, you evolve into Obi Steelix, right?
Yeah,
dude. It'd be good times.
As long as you make this like like it's a fire beard. Let me go.
Oh, you'd be a fire-based Pokemon?
Why not?
No surprise. You're a ginger, so that makes sense. You couldn't go with rock. You couldn't be a rock Pokemon or psychic or steel.
If you think of Onyx, what's an Onyx?
Onyx is a dark black stone, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
I always think of it like a phoenix.
I have Onyx on a couple of my piercings. It's
well, like
gold
you know, when you think of Onyx, you have that OYNX. You know, it's kind of like you think of it as I don't know. I think of it as like almost like a phoenix. I don't know. When I hear Onyx, and it's totally wrong, but when I hear Onyx, I see a flaming bird.
That's a mnemonic device.
So it's a phoenix. It's a phoenix, but I know it's a phoenix, but it just when I hear Obi Onyx, I think of Obi as a flaming fucking bird. I do. I don't know.
That sounds like you're almost insulting yourself. I think of you as a flaming, you know what?
No, not flaming that way, but like a bird on fire. Like like in X-Men, Jean Grey, she turned into the phoenix. That.
So maybe the suffix "nix" makes you think of that.
Probably, I don't know.
Because I think there is a Greek root in there actually.
Yeah,
that has
Onyx.
to do with. Well, it's other places too. I just can't think of it in mythology and stuff. It's supposed to be like darkness or hell. So you think darkness, hell, and then fire. So that's probably like subconsciously you're making that crazy association.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, guys, we do have a few people that would like to join us today. So, introducing for none other than, I call her the mama streamer, MorganaFreya. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello. Sorry, every time you do it, I think of the fridge scene. Anyway, and with this beard and hat, what's up, dude?
Not much. Getting my ass beat in Hearthstone.
Where's Druna?
Druna's
She's
slacking.
still down on my channel.
Druna needs to get her butt up here.
Just playing with a 14-foot cock.
So I can
Yep.
What the hell? Okay, anyway. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Guys, for those... I don't even know where we're at on here. But we do want to say that you guys can hit us up anytime you guys want to. Any point of the day. Doesn't have to be during Horseplay Live. You can do it at any point, any part of the week. Hit us up on Twitter, at Obi1x2, at YogiZilla, at GeekyAntics. Hell, everybody else. All you got to do is just hit it. And we're going to tweet you back. And but, of course, the best way to experience all our shenanigans and the geeky madness that is Horseplay Live is our main live chat hub right here on GeekyAntics on Twitch. Yes. You guys can also join the gang at our official HQ, GeekyAntics.net. You can go and do things such as comment, share, join, and join us on the forums. I'm just like freaking crazy right now. I'm thinking about this too much. We'd love to see what you guys...
We're bringing our air game tonight.
We are, dude.
A-game.
No, it's air, because it's like Dead Air City, right? Like, really.
Darn it.
A bit. Just go on to GeekyAntics.net, guys, and go check it out. We want to see what you guys think, and we'd love to collaborate with all of you guys. Last but not least, guys, please, voicemails. You guys just heard one from Soul. I forgot his last name.
Rosenberg, I believe.
Yeah, Rosenberg. You guys can voicemail us at 206-415-4987. We're really going worldwide now, so keep it in mind. It is a U.S.-based number. But feel free if you'd like to pay those. But you can also email us at mail@geekyantics.net. Instead, we'll respond to the prospective show that you were talking about. Yes.
I like it. So we should do a quickie.
Quickie. Okay.
There you go. Last week we talked about fall television and TV shows we're catching up on. We're going to run real quick. And then we're going to go to our main topic, I think. Maybe we'll come back to the TV. What's everybody been watching so far? That's what I'm curious about.
NCIS.
NCIS just started. Gibbs. Abby. Oh, Abby.
Gibbs.
I might take them both. If it's a package deal, I won't get mad.
We're not talking. We're talking about something else, dude.
I mean, I do get Abby, right?
You don't want to take them both. I mean, that's just
like, if you want Abby, I'll take Gibbs too. It's like, okay. I won't even blink at that. Like, I get Abby, right? I get first dibs, right? This is what you're saying, right?
I get first dibs. Really? Oh, man. What's her real name? If you ever hear this, I'm sorry for him.
Oh, her name. She's got like an Italian name, doesn't she?
Abby Sciuto.
No, it's Paula Peretti.
That's an Italian name.
Yeah, it's Paula Peretti. What are you talking about?
Peretti, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Italian.
It's Italiano. Come on. What the hell?
Yeah, see. I mean, I hope I aged as well as she has. Good Lord. I mean, I know makeup is a big part of it, but...
Why, how is she, like, super old or something?
She's much older than the character she portrays.
Is she really?
By, like, a couple decades.
She's 46.
She's... What?
That's impressive.
She's hot.
Yeah, she's portrayed like a 30-something.
No, she's portrayed like a 25-something.
Yeah.
On TV.
No,
she's that old,
she's in her
dude?
30s on this show now. But no, she's 46. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Because someone was saying last week that she was 50. I was like, no way is she in her 50s. But I looked it up. She's 46.
Yeah, once you get to that point, you're pretty much there. 4 years away is not a big deal. Yeah.
Makeup.
But
makeup. Damn.
No way. She looks young. I don't think she... Even the makeup. I mean, she's young looking.
Yeah.
Period.
She's got like one of those kind of like baby faces. Some people just have those baby faces.
So is she actually older than Gibbs? just asking.
No.
I'm just curious because like on the show, he protects her with everything. Like if you touch Abby, you even look cross at her, Gibbs is gonna fucking kill you. But like, just honest question.
No, I think he's in his late 50s, maybe early 60s.
So a question for you, since you like it, what do you think? How long do you think this show is gonna go?
Forever, if I have anything to say about it.
I mean, there's
Just saying.
She's
there's
got
no like ultimate
high
goal that they're
hopes.
working towards,
She's got
right?
high-
It's episodic for the most part, so you can keep something going like that forever. That's why the crime shows, the crime dramas are so good. They're so smart because it's like you really don't ever have to end it. You know, you might kill off a character here and there, then bring some new characters in.
Well, you got to see too. You got to see that they have NCIS, DC, which is Gibbs, right? They have LA, they have Miami, they have, maybe not Miami, but they're coming up with another one. So all these can actually intertwine with each other too.
Yeah, but they're gonna burn out like CSI did.
Oh God.
Well, let them.
But CSI is still going.
CSI is still going. They just come up with a new CSI Los Angeles.
And once you hear Ice-T's
Yeah.
list, that's the one with Ice-T is the one in the CSI, right?
No. That's Law and Order.
That's the OG of
That's
Monster of
SVU.
the Week shows.
I confuse all of them. They all merge in my head, to be honest. The only one that
You
really
sound
stand
like
out
my
for.
husband.
No, I mean, let's be honest. They're formulaic. They're fun, but they're formulaic. The only ones that have stand-up characters are NCIS and Criminal Minds. The rest of them are kind of like, it's like,
No.
you know, plug and play. It's like you have an Asian guy, Latino guy, black guy, white guy. Okay, diverse cast. We're good. Let's go.
Well, NCIS LA doesn't.
They don't? I haven't watched LA that much. Is that the
Well,
one
no,
with
they
LL
got-
Cool
They
J?
did
Yeah.
when they started, though. They did when they started.
Ooh, Ziva?
No, on NCIS on Los Angeles.
Yeah. No, they didn't. It was always
Yeah,
Deeks, wasn't it?
No, they had
Because they
Oh,
have
what was his
Callan,
name?
the white guy. You have
yeah.
the girl. Then you have LL Cool J, the black guy. So then, who
You
else?
Then you had the geeky science guy, and then you had
White
the
guy. And then the
Nate.
geeky girl. And then Hetty. And then
No,
Granger.
the geeky
And then
girl wasn't there in the beginning. They had Nate, which was the psychologist guy.
oh, and he had to leave. He left. Yeah.
Yeah, he went like out on a.
I'm gonna have to
special
start. I'm gonna have
assignment.
to watch this over again.
Was he
though.
a psychologist or profiler?
No, he was a psychologist.
Psychologist.
Okay.
He,
I like
he-
the whole
he
thing of
picked everyone's
profiling.
brain, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
Made sure everyone was like in their head.
The
Yeah.
Criminal Minds, what I like about Criminal Minds is that it focuses more on the behaviors of unsubs and what makes people psychopaths and like the profiles and everything. And each of the people on the team brings something different into the mix, you know? They
I
all have their
actually tried
specialties.
to start watching that on Netflix, and I just can't get into it. I'm not. I can't. You know, I like the crimes and stuff, but I don't like. I guess I don't like the profiling thing that Criminal Minds gives you. I mean, I don't want to look into the mind of those freaks.
You don't want to go down that. Well, they say there's a thin line between the law enforcers and the lawbreakers, you know?
Well, yeah.
The same behavior, like that's something that's a underlying thing they play with a lot on that show. How like it's a thin, very thin line they can easily cross, you know. Because the profile of, like they were saying, the profile of a cop and the profile of a serial killer are very similar. Like, damn.
Most
That's comforting.
cops will break the rules to get a bust. Just saying.
Scary stuff.
And of course, I'm not calling all cops dirty. I'm not doing that because there are some really great cops that do their job and what they're supposed to do, not fucking do some other crazy shit just to get a bust or just to get a promotion.
Those quotas.
Those are the people.
Quotas.
Those are the people that are gonna accidentally let somebody out of jail and they're gonna get killed for it.
Quotas are what kill any system.
Mm-hmm.
And then you force quantity instead of quality. But you know, I like the crime. I like the crime shows. I just like. I feel like with Law and Order, NCIS, CSI, all that kind of stuff. I'll definitely watch them while it's on, and then I'll get hooked. But like, I don't feel compelled to keep up with them. NCIS maybe less so because you know Abby.
I have to stay up on NCIS because, you know, Gibbs. And by the way, he's 64. I looked it up.
He looks good for his age too. Not for nothing.
He is handsome. He is hot.
Yeah.
No two ways about it.
He's got that swagger, you know. He carries
Yeah.
himself well.
Are you listening to this, Dad?
Inside joke for Morg. Sorry, guys.
Hey, he already knows that guy's on my list. You know, every married couple.
Like
has that
Randy Orton?
list. Yeah.
Everyone's
Like-
got
just like-
their cheat list,
And
right?
just like Randy Orton and Thor and.
Who the hell's Randy Orton?
Oh.
Randy Orton, ew, he's
Who the hell is that?
icky.
Okay, never mind.
No, mine is Sam Elliott and Gibbs. You know, those are my two right now for sure.
And I thought you said Chris Hemsworth.
Oh,
Thor.
and Thor.
I was
Definitely
gonna
Thor,
say, I was
sorry.
like, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
I'm like, you're missing a big one there, because every time you
Yeah,
miss
I
him, you're
did,
like,
especially
ah.
'cause I had
We
You're
were
like
talking
Homer.
about how
Yeah,
big
Bond
Thor's
right
hammer was for a while.
He does have a good hammer.
You do like the Homer drooling thing. You're like, ah.
Exactly. You know, anytime I look at him, I just start drooling. Can't help it.
Dude, the Simpsons are up to like season 28. It's crazy. It's that like that's just like
And they keep
hit
coming
me
up
the
with
other
new
day.
shit. What the hell?
I mean, I remember when it was a short. It was like a series of shorts on Tracy Ullman's show. And when I would watch Tracy Ullman and it didn't have Simpsons, I'm like, I don't want to watch this shit. I mean, her comedy was pretty good, but I really watched it for the Simpsons.
That show's
Uh.
unkillable.
I could never get into
Dude.
that show.
I like the Simpsons, but that's another
I
show
hate
where
that
it's like,
stupid comedy.
Well, but the thing is they keep coming up with new stuff. Like, how much, like, really? You guys
well, they
must be-
never age, really, so they can keep them going forever long they want.
True.
They'll run out eventually.
They need to start making stuff with, like, they need to start, like, growing them up, and then they're in high school and actually start to 28 seasons. You guys need to hang it up. I mean, they're doing great, but damn.
I
We're
think
gonna
at
run
this
out of shit to
point,
talk about.
it's like one of those things where it's a flagship show. It's one of the longest running, whatever. They're gonna keep it going for as long as they can. And you know, at this point, I don't think it's wrong. Cause it's like one of those shows where it's just a fun romp. Like you don't expect like really smart comedy. You just go along for it and just enjoy it for what it is. It doesn't need to be something pretentious and super deep, you know. But they do have some social commentary embedded in all the craziness. So, you know, it's not as crazy as South Park is. South Park is just off the wall sometimes.
Star
South Park
Wars.
is disgusting.
Star Wars is coming back too. Clone
What?
Wars.
Star Wars Rebels
The
Cast.
Clone Wars.
Well, I'm rewatching Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Mhm.
And what they're doing now is that they're re-releasing them in chronological order. But this is the thing with Clone Wars.
It was
If
all
you watch-
mixed up.
It's all mixed up. Like, in terms of the chronology, the timeline, it's episode 216, 116, 301, 303, then all of season 1, then then it's pretty much normal down that way. And then, and I still don't get this, and this is according to the Star Wars official website. I think episode 3, the Clone Wars movie from theatrical release, is supposed to be technically in between episodes 116. Well, basically between the second and third episode of the Clone Wars cartoon series, animated series. Yeah, it still blows my mind. It's weird because like they're trying, you know how they made like almost all the stuff in Star Wars is no longer canon. There's, like the expanded universe stuff doesn't matter. It's all like it's either it doesn't exist or it's they consider Star Wars legends, like things that could have happened or like what if scenarios. And yeah, it's crazy. So like, if you watch the Clone Wars and then you watch the Clone Wars movie, kind of side by side, Anakin is a bigger douchebag in the movie in the live action film that he is in Clone Wars. Like, you actually see his descent into the dark side slowly, whereas in the movie it's kind of like he just became like emo out of nowhere. It was kind of stupid, and then the fanboys are like, "Oh, it's because the senator sold him on the dark side because he could bring back Padme or whatever, blah blah blah." And I'm like, it's not believable though. Like he's just suddenly just that was the last thing. Like okay, I'm switching sides. It just they did a bad job the way they handled it. Like with the Clone Wars.
The dark side, my apprentice.
I can't stand Lord Sidious. I want to punch him every time for some reason. I mean, can't you tell? You can look at his face and you can tell he's a worm, and they trust him.
He's a senator.
Who cares? He looks like a crook.
A senator.
I'd profile him and be like, this guy smells fishy and he looks fishy. Let's
Therefore,
figure out what's going on here.
He is a fish.
He's a fish. Put him in the aquarium. See how long he lasts. Put him there with Seaman. Anyway, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I'm rewatching them along with some other folks, and we're talking about them on one of our other shows, Star Wars Rebels Cast. So if you guys want to join us and rewatch the Clone Wars, we could get into some Star Wars. Plus, Star Wars Battlefront is coming out. A lot of Star Wars hype right now. It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. And I just realized Lost Girl snuck up on us. They're like 2 or 3 episodes in the second half of season 5.
I told you that 2 weeks ago. That
I
Lost
didn't.
Girl started.
But did you? You may have mentioned it. But like it was a ninja move because they kind of just came back. Like it was delayed. The day that they said it was gonna come back, it didn't come back. And I don't know what happened, but now it's back. So I gotta catch up with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Another show that is one of my favorites that I'm finally finishing up is Weeds. I love that show.
Me too.
I watched like the first season of that. I didn't like it.
The Weeds is to us men what Vampire Diaries is to you women.
But
And
I
that should
don't like
explain
Vampire
everything.
Diaries either.
And that's Druna's the one that's a big fan.
Well, you're just
Yes.
fucking hard to please.
I am. It's true. I am.
Wait a minute. Wait. If you like cop dramas, are you into Grimm or Continuum?
I did watch the through the second season of Continuum, but I haven't watched any more since.
It's that show has a lot of legs. That show's gonna go for a while. I think it's sci-fi doesn't derp out.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
really
it was a
enjoying
good
it.
show.
Cause they're in season 4 right now. It's running right now.
Yeah, I haven't caught up to it.
Yeah, I you know what? The first time I checked it out, I didn't give it a full chance. So like I forgot that I got into like I got up to season 2, but I forgot most of it because like at the time there was some other shows that were canceled and I was bitter about that. But Continuum was actually really good, and I forgot completely that Amanda Tapping that used to be on Stargate, one of my favorite series of all time. She's like the executive producer on it, so you can see some influence of like Stargate in there. She's on another show called Sanctuary, and that didn't last that long, but that was pretty good too.
You know what TV show that they're getting ready to remake right now?
What's that?
The A-Team.
I'm okay
Good
with
with
that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fun. I wish the Knight Rider thing was
No,
handled
not
better.
Knight Rider, no.
That sucked so bad.
That was horrible.
It had
show.
a little glimmer of hope, but
No, it did not with David Hasselbeck. No way.
Hasselback? Did you just really say
Yeah.
that?
Yes, I did.
Hasselbeck. Wait,
That's right.
wait, isn't it Matt Hasselbeck as a football player?
Yes.
You just combined David Hasselhoff and Matt
I
Hasselbeck
did.
together. That's awesome. They just merged. They did like a
They
freaking
did.
Dragon Ball Z like fusion.
Frickin' Hasselhoff. You know what I meant, damn it.
All right, I gotta ask you guys before we move on to the next discussion. Is anybody watching Doctor Who or Gotham? Please say yes. Damn it.
No.
No.
Heroes starts again tonight, though.
What?
Heroes.
Oh, that's right. It's coming back.
I got that recorded. I'm watching that probably at work tomorrow night.
Oh no, I missed it.
Do you think it's gonna have legs like the show originally had?
I'll know after the first episode, because Heroes'
I-
original
I
run
hope-
first episode sold it.
Are you hopeful for it though?
Yeah, it didn't get a fair shake at all.
What channel is it on?
NBC.
Ugh, that worries me already.
Well, NBC.com.
At least it's not Fox.
Well, if it was on Fox, it'd just get canceled. At least NBC will drag it out a few seasons.
Yeah, NBC's had a pretty good track record. I think they're more loyal to their shows. I'll give them that.
Well, they'll test something for a few years, whereas Fox, one bad episode and they'll cut it unless it's The Simpsons.
Oh. Did you ever get into Chuck? Did anybody get into Chuck?
No, I never did.
That was NBC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a fun show.
It was on before Scrubs. I would catch like 5 or 10 minutes of it beforehand and then watch Scrubs.
That was a great block, Scrubs and Chuck. But you really watched it for Scrubs because, yes, other Becky.
Heroes Reborn.
And if you're old enough, you know what I mean by other Becky. If not, then that reference is going to escape a lot of people, and I'm sorry. Nobody? Okay. No takers, damn.
That missed. It's okay.
Wait, is it tonight or was it last night?
Thursday.
So,
today.
Some bitch.
So it just happened before we did our show. Oh,
I was watching football.
Did the Redskins lose?
Oh, yeah. My
Yes!
fantasy team's not.
Yes!
I gotta check my scores.
Sorry.
Don't make me check my scores now. I don't even want to look at
That
the
means
fantasy
my
scores right
defense
now.
did great.
Oh, you had the Giants going?
I do.
Oh, you're ace then.
Dude, I got a whole bunch of fucking points then.
It's like 3 fumbles. I think there was a pick 6 involved.
Yeah.
A lot of leagues have terrible point distribution though
might get a
for
payout
special
this week.
teams
I
and
might get it.
defense.
FanDuel.com. I might get a payout this week, buddy.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Well, you doing DraftKings?
Hmm?
You doing DraftKings? Ah, I'm surprised you haven't done like everybody else and get like a DraftKings affiliate account and be like, hey, use my code OBBeard.
No, I just wanted to try it. I put a few dollars on there. They matched it. So I started, and I'm 2 for 3 basically, or 2 and 1 right now basically for winning. So
Nice.
I gained a few extra bucks, and I'm just gonna keep it on there and see how good I can go. You might see Obi saying, see you fuckers, I've just won millions.
What's the minimum that they can pay out?
I don't remember. It's only,
All right, I'll check that after.
I can
Yeah,
check
that's
it
the
now.
tricky part because they'll hold on to money until you hit a certain like drawer. Then you can
Yeah, the old the poker sites before they went under used to hold up to like anything less than 50 you couldn't get paid out.
But Google does similar things across their services too.
Well,
Yeah.
I started with 20, and then they matched it, so I only had 40. So I think their minimum payout, I think is you can take it all, if I'm not
Oh, okay.
mistaken.
So you can cash out anytime. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you don't
I
have
probably
to,
won't stay that way
because
that long.
it's just 1 week. It's just you're just for that week, and then you could be done. They
Oh,
you
I
don't
got
have
you
to.
doing that thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, BFT in the chat says he started Gotham season 1. Good man. That's a fun show. Highly recommend it. And he got Doctor Who series 9 bought. He was sold. Let me tell you, I gotta say, Doctor Who's series 9. All right. If you never liked Doctor Who before, or maybe even okay, I might be overselling it. If you weren't a fan of series 8. Maybe try to jump in on Series 8 and you're like, this is not really my thing. I think Series 9 is going to sell you on it. They tipped their hats to Star Wars so much. I really enjoyed it. I mean, Doctor Who predates Star Wars, but still, it was cool how, I just like the way it was kind of like a space opera. They were, the storytelling, they were, the narrative they were weaving. I really enjoyed it, but no one else here is watching Doctor Who, so screw you guys.
Sorry.
Not a Doctor Who fan, sorry.
I tried. I did try.
I love it so much. Where's your sensitive at? You should just try Series 9, Episode 1, and then tell me what you think. It was really fun. Let's
I'll
give that
try
a
it.
shot. See what you think.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll try it.
I'm not.
Beard.
I'm not going to give you any false hope here.
Beard, we're supposed to be kindred spirits, and you're breaking my heart right now. You're wounding me deep.
Look, I'm the other side of your coin, so there's some things that aren't going to line up.
I mean, we agree on everything except for Apple. And
Yeah.
Doctor Who, apparently. Well, no, you did slam Sega, too. That made me sad, too.
I'm always a Nintendo guy.
That's alright. I like Nintendo, too, but I prefer Sega. Can't win them all. Doctor Who is great. Did you watch it yet? Oh, but you're into Doctor Who.
Mhm.
You haven't seen new series yet?
No, I don't have that channel.
Damn it.
Sorry.
What a poop. What a poop. Alright. You can order on Amazon Prime, just saying. Just gonna throw that out there. That's what BFT did. He was blank while writing a blank. It was amazing, dude. Seriously. Clusterfuck in the house. One of our oldies and goodies. You guys ready to talk a little? You guys ready to talk a little shop? A little business talk?
Sure.
No?
Yep.
Bring us in, Obi. What do we got?
What?
All right, I'll do it. This is our feature discussion. I think Obi's looking up something. The do's and don'ts of content marketing. So we're continuing. We're actually gonna probably wrap up our series on streaming and podcasting, so we can do something fresh for episode 94 and lead up into episode 100 when we do a community call. It's gonna be crazy. But tonight, what we're going to do is kind of talk about the general things about content marketing that we've experienced, our, some good practices, some best practices, some pitfalls you may want to avoid. And I think these things also apply not just to content marketing or online marketing as a whole, but also kind of like any kind of leadership or organizational, in any kind of organization you're trying to create. I think these all apply. Here we go. Some of you might be excited about this, and some of you are going to probably take a nap right now. And I'm sorry for the latter. So here's the first thing I'll bring up. This is a concept of LCD communication, least common denominator. Now, this is the interesting thing. Like, everyone seems to have, like, their preference of how you communicate with them, right? Some people like TeamSpeak. Some people prefer Curse. Some people prefer Skype. Some people prefer, I don't know, Ventrilo. Some people would rather that you call them on a phone. Some people rather that you text them or email them. And it's and the challenge when you're working with a team, is finding the least common denominator, the thing that's common between all the folks that you can use more consistently and drive people to. And that's important. That's something important to identify, so that you could get a common kind of ecosystem going. We're gonna bring up that notion again in a little bit. Obi, what are you doing? You seem really focused there. Are you playing a game?
No.
I see flashing lights. Okay, I'll let you off the hook for now. But what's interesting too is like,
Okay.
You gotta compromise too when communicating, because like, I'm not really much of a phone person, because it's just like, I like to be able to multitask. Usually I'm doing web development, I'm programming something, or I'm working on some graphic design thing, or I'm writing a spec document. So it's easy for me to do email or text. And sometimes I have a friend that's like, "Oh, I just gotta ask you something real quick," and then like real quick is like an hour later. I'm like, "That's not real quick." And then I lose my train of thought, and then I get frustrated. I'm like, okay, well, now I'm just gonna freaking vegetate for a little while, cause I lose momentum. I'm the kind of person that needs to stay on the grind. You guys ever feel like that? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're on the grind, you gotta stay on the grind. Are you like that? Beard, how about you?
No, I'm all over the place all the time.
Yeah, but you never get a moment where you're really just knocking things out, and you just want to stay focused and keep staying on momentum. Because if you stop, if you fire up a gaming system or turn on the TV or whatever, you'll like get distracted and lose that momentum. That never happens to you?
My ADD is so bad. I'm never 100% focused on anything at any time.
Ah, bless your heart. How about you, Morg?
I try to stay on, but it just depends. I mean, my house is pretty busy, so.
Yeah, I mean that's on when you have a family that there's no interruptions are abound. You gotta be able to switch gears.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. That's why for me it's like I want to be able to mitigate that as much as possible. Cause I know I'm gonna have the interruptions from I need this. Hey, can you fix this? Oh, this is broken. And putting out fire left and right. It's like someone just fell down the stairs. Like, damn it.
Yeah, it always happens.
Oh, my favorite is the phone calls. Like, don't get mad, but it's like that. You don't start a conversation like that.
You're always gonna get mad. I mean, that's a given.
You know how you always say don't drink by the computer work area?
Yeah.
It's like, so yeah. It's like, great.
Then you go, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm like, oops, I'm on camera.
But yeah, exactly.
I'm just kidding.
Flipping,
flapping camera on all the time.
Fargo Newtons.
The thing though that's important about communication, I think, is not just what you're communicating to get something done, but I think with every communication, you should always try to do your best to show that you value a person's time. And that's something I think everybody always has to work on. I mean, I know I'm always working harder on that because, there's no secret that I could be long-winded. Okay, Obi, I know.
Wow. You? No.
I love you too, Morg. But so sometimes that's why emails work good for me, because sometimes I'll go back and I'm like, that's actually a very long email. I need to bullet point list this or trim that down so that there's something actionable there. So I think that's another thing with when you think about least common denominator communication, not just the platform you choose where you can meet everybody. Because I've been trying to drive everybody to forums, for example, but I know forums don't really jive with everyone. But TeamSpeak, most people could process that, and it's a pretty low barrier to entry. Skype, that's a pretty low barrier to entry too. The less setup is involved, the less things that could potentially fail or go wrong, the better. But that's not the only thing you have to consider too. You have to consider are you communicating that you value a person's time? Are you being as concise as possible? Are you respecting their time too? Because in an ideal world, everything would be a face-to-face meeting. It's like, hey, I need to talk about something with you. You want to meet for coffee? But who does that anymore?
I still do that.
Beard, I want to live in your world.
I would love if that was available.
My world's very not typical.
But I think that's something that's becoming when I meet someone for coffee or I have a lunch meeting, that's like a treat. That's maybe a once a month thing, to be honest, or maybe once a week in a good month. There's some people that do that on a regular basis, in urban areas, concentrated areas. But I think that's becoming more and more of a dying thing. Not by our own choice. I think we're just so overwhelmed by the amount of content and information we have access to, Is that a fair assessment? Would you guys agree?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know Beard and I always talk about it. There's way too much content and not enough freaking time.
Yeah, there's too much for eyeballs to consume. There's more out there than there is. Yeah.
People that actually give crap.
There's definitely information overload out there.
It's everyone vying for the same niche audiences.
Yep.
Well, I think that there's an even bigger issue. Sometimes they're not even trying to be. So that's another thing I wanted to bring up too. Is like, you know, you can either create a niche or identify a niche or a niche, whatever you want to call it, both acceptable. Or you could widen your scope a little bit. I think both approaches are good. The tricky thing is, like, if you're really niche, right? I see this with podcasts and channels alike on YouTube and Twitch. Sometimes what you do is you pigeonhole yourself, right? Because you have such a very specific thing. I play video games where there are ducks wearing silly hats. How long can you do that for?
I could play duck game forever.
Again, you live in a very special world. So Beard is our exception.
I usually am. Sorry.
See that?
Duck game is awesome.
Duck game is awesome. But, like, for me, like, I need to have... Like, there's so much of my life that is a routine, you know, to maintain order with the family and the home front, that I need to have those variables to keep things fresh. You know what I mean? So for me, like, video games and content creation, I try to keep that as fresh as possible. I could not be that person that, like, you know, like how PewDiePie was playing horror games for the longest, and it was all jump scares and him freaking out, right? You know, and people enjoyed that for a while. And then he finally got tired of it. You know, I think it's important to realize, like, how long can I do this for, and am I managing that expectation, you know, so that people, when I do change, when I do a course correction, when I kind of pivot, are people going to end up hating me? Like, you used to be so great, you know, because people can be really cruel. Like, you used to stand for something, you used to mean something, now you suck.
You're always going to get that, though.
Yeah, but you can mitigate their effects a little bit. You know what I mean?
Have a bigger audience so that the percentage isn't as large a number of the whole, but it's still, you're always going to get that.
There's always going to be drop off. Like, if it's drop off or turnaround because you're not communicating properly what you really are, right? That's your fault. But I think the bigger risk is knowing what's sustainable in terms of what you're really passionate about, right? So if you like doing drawing doodles and having people guess what the doodles are, and you could do that 24/7, then hey, go for it. If that's what you're really passionate about, nothing wrong with that, right? And there's an audience for everything, and that's probably very niche right there, right? I do draw streams. That's it.
There's a guy who does glass blowing.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Glass blowing is really cool.
He's the only one I've ever seen on Twitch doing it.
He's good at it.
Yeah, he's phenomenal at it. He actually lives up here.
And there's a market for that because everybody appreciates someone that's good at blowing. Boom. I'm sorry. Beard, you set it up. You set it up.
I had no intention of that.
No, actually, on a serious note, I used to love... Remember when PBS used to have, like, little shorts in between shows? And they used to have, like, random stuff. Like, they would have a professional glass blower. And I never saw something so random be so fascinating. Like, man, he's heating up the glass and then blowing through a pipe and making things out of it. That's really freaking awesome. And no comment. I think I lost Beard with my inappropriate comment.
Sorry, I got distracted by a duck wearing a hat.
Oh, there you go.
BFT got me.
Do you like ducks better or rabbits?
I have no real strong affiliation towards any of them, but if they're wearing hats, it doesn't matter which one it is.
You put a Total Biscuit style hat on it, and it's great all of a sudden.
Yes. You hit the nail right on the head there.
I'm going to segue again. Sharing common values. You don't have to agree on everything, folks. And we've mentioned this before. You don't have to agree on everything. If you have a team on, a stream team or a podcasting team, you have co-hosts, whatever. You don't have to agree on everything. And better yet, it's better if you don't, because then the conversations are better. But you do have to have common values. You have to have a common vision, something that's binding you together, so you walk a similar path. What do you guys think?
At
Well-
the core of that, you need respect. You need to respect the other person more than anything else.
But that kind of comes as a byproduct of sharing common values, right? Like,
Not-
let's say I'm DEA and I'm a hardcore conservative, and I think anyone that smokes anything at all is a sinner and a lawbreaker. And then I obviously can't team up with like a drug dealer. I know, it's a terrible metaphor.
Yeah, it
That'd be a
was.
real sweet sitcom.
Bearded Hat is now penning the script here for the pilot.
I guarantee it. That's a buddy cop movie from the '80s. That's already happened.
It sounds like something that's already been done,
Well,
or
and,
something to that effect.
and two, I mean, if we were exactly alike, this show probably wouldn't have made it as far as it has. I mean, even with what we do, some people come on just to see if I'm gonna, say something stupid, or what am I gonna rant about next, or whatever, or is Obi gonna let Yogi talk the whole show? Those kind of things, or and then of course, like, because you do the show notes and everything, so like you're leading everything, and then like I have my derailments.
Yeah. Usually,
But I
food.
mean, if we were, yeah, really. Oh, wings! I look so good right now.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Got him again, guys. But yeah, no, if we were too much alike, I don't think the show would have. I mean, because we disagree on a lot of things.
Right, but we have a similar vision and some similar values.
Yeah, but
that kind of like.
but
Doesn't
then
it say
it
similar
goes,
vaginas for some reason?
it goes up to with the not only communicating with your audience, you're communicating with any partners that you have as well. Just because we don't talk very much online, still call you a couple times a week. That's where he's coming with he doesn't like the telephone, because I don't ever, he's too busy to get on TeamSpeak and talk to me. I have to call him. So that's why he gets mad when he's like, I don't talk on the phone. Talk to me online. I don't want to talk to you online. I want to talk to you for a few minutes, and then I'm done with you.
I like a good phone conversation, but I know when most time people say it's just for a few, and not for a few.
No, I talk to you and tell you what I got to talk to you, and say, well, hey, what are you doing? I'm doing this, and this. All right, well, see you later. Talk to you later. Or if you're busy, you'll tell me, and I'll.
You
say
go
what I gotta
off on your tangents too.
Yeah.
We do some role reversal when Obi and I have phone conversations, because then I'm the quiet person just listening and nodding, and Obi's like, blah, 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 boobity boo, the beard, blah, 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 Michigan, blah, 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 Lions, blah, 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 tickle me.
I'm going to slap that
Blah,
fucking beard off your face.
blah, 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 duck with a hat.
Blah, bitty, blah. I talk too much.
I love you, man.
You too, buddy.
Blue likes this conversation too.
Yeah, yeah.
See, Morg gets along with us because like she's the person that will chime in when she's really excited about a topic, and she's the peanut gallery. She also throws the tomatoes at us when we're out of line.
Yeah, kinda.
Unless she ignores you altogether.
But she never misses her cue. She's always ready, even when she's distracted. Wait, what, Obi?
Wait, what?
What's that?
Well, like I did the other day. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
I was just gonna say that. What you talking about, Willis?
Here's another thing. This is something we're working on, and again, and it's a work in progress. But we're trying to we're building a common ecosystem, and we're also trying to get people to use that ecosystem, because the ecosystem is only as good as the people that use it and put into it, contribute to it, support it. This goes back to like what we said about communication, and it all goes back to like having, that overlap, that I hate to say it, but synergy. That's such a salesy word because my dogs are acting up now. But right now we have a lot of cool things going on, like where we can set up email accounts for people that are really serious about being part of the team. You know, that's the one goal for everybody in the gang. Our community is huge, but for people that are like our core team that are really fully invested in our vision, hey, you could be, I don't know, beard and hat at GeekyAntics.net. We can have MorganaFreya at GeekyAntics.net. You know, we're setting up like email accounts and forwarding. We got short links, so now you don't have to rely on Bitly if you want to have GeekyAntics.net/poopy. You know, I don't think that one's been used yet. Surprisingly, I should probably take that one before someone else does. But poopy, I don't know. That word tickles me. We got all
you can't have it anymore.
No. We got a lot of cool services. Like we got analytics. Like right now, Obi's running his Save the Beard campaign. I could pull up a report for him. Will show how many people have clicked, how long people spent on the article, like just reading it, which links are being clicked the most, what the top referral sources are. We can see who's referring that traffic, who's promoting that. Boom. We got
good.
We're working on podcast and video hosting, which, by the way, before the end of the month, we're switching to a new host for some of our shows, and we're probably hopefully going to be launching these shows as well. So we're working on new podcast feeds and video feeds. We're working on services for streamers. We got consulting services. We got the forums and private messaging. We got public messaging, which is like a private message where anybody can read it. Like, you know, like on Facebook, you have your timeline. You know, it has its place. Like I sent you a message, Obi, here's the link for your campaign, Save the Beard, but I made that public so everybody can see that campaign went live. You know, we got a voicemail hotline that anybody can use. You know, and we'll direct the voicemail to you. We can send you the files in a zip, and then you can play them on your show or on your stream, whatever. We're working on complete turnkey solutions for backup and exports. Because what happens if your host takes a dump and you don't have a backup? So we're working on doing backups and exports, so you could export it to like a CD or an external hard drive and have, you know, other backups in case something goes wrong. Because, you know, our stuff's not foolproof either, so you can export your data and have it safe somewhere. You know, we got banner exchanges, we got ad spots, we got some turnkey systems for syndication, redirection, and promotion of your content. So if you have, like, let's say you have an article that you come out with, or you're doing an event, or whatever, you have a podcast you just came out with, we could make it almost completely automated to promote it. But again, that ecosystem is great, but it's only as good as the people that participate in it. You know, so that's the challenge, is, you know, finding the things that excite people today, so that they start using the things, getting involved in that ecosystem. The deeper you draw into the ecosystem, the more the weirdest things will happen. Like, I don't see why. I'm sure when someone came up with that idea with Twitter, they're like, that sounds really stupid. At 100 and how many characters? You can't write anything in that much. You know, I'm sure that person was rejected when they pitched the idea a few times, until finally it caught on. Like, this actually makes sense. You know.
Yeah. Now Jack Dorsey just flies around the world in a helicopter made out of money.
No kidding. And now, like, and that's the thing. Now, content is coming is heading more and more towards short form. It's kind of scary to me because, you know, I like writing. You know, I like writing longer form things, long articles, shorts. Even my short stories are almost like mini books. You know, it's like. But everything now is going towards short form. It's like a 10-minute podcast, a 5-second Vine, a 5-minute video clip. You know, this is the world we live in. People just don't have time. If you don't grab their attention right away, they're like, okay, I'm on to the next piece of content.
Right.
We're actually working on a dedicated podcast feed. It's going to be we're tentatively calling it GeekyAntics Minis, and it's going to be for people that want to do like short newscasts, or they might have a show that's like, you know, an hour or less, or maybe a half hour or less, where they might just have quick reactions to certain things, and then we'll just populate like if maybe you don't want a dedicated feed, and then we'll just have all these minis in there, you know, like bite size kind of stuff. I think we have something there. I know some people will be excited because a lot of people have commitment issues. Like, I can't commit to a 2-hour show. I don't know if I can do a 1-hour show. What if I said we have a feed where you can just create content as you feel like it, pre-recorded, whatever, and then we'll just drop it into this feed. A little mixed bag of treats.
Like 5-minute game reviews, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the world we live in. People don't. They want the skinny.
Like, are you gonna make a request like under so many minutes? Because if you don't, it'll progressively get longer.
I don't think I'll make a hard limit. I think the rule of thumb will be an hour or less. Because 2 hours for most people is too much.
Oh, I thought we were doing like it'd be like 20 minutes or less, or 30. I mean,
ideally, yeah. I feel that's the sweet spot for most people, 30 minutes or less. But try to go for 20 minutes, yeah. Because, but I also feel like there's only so much quality you could put in that amount of time. You know what I mean? But you could you could probably pull off a 5-minute game review.
But you can do, but like I'm saying, like even if it's 30 minutes, and say you have an hour's worth of stuff to talk about, just record and only do like one topic, one little subject or whatever.
Oh, segmented. That's what you're saying?
No, to make it a mini, okay? To make it a mini, because like when we do a podcast, we do an hour. Like the Sunday dose is like an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. HorsePLAY Live is 2 hours long. The Worst Radio Show, the Gaming Death Podcast is an hour and a half. You know, the whole thing, and then you say we're gonna do GeekyAntics minis or whatever you're gonna do with it, or however the name's gonna go, but do it like 20 minutes or less, and then say only do one topic. If you have more than that, do 2 videos, because then it's one video dedicated for one subject. Because when people run into issues, and I see it all the time on it, because I watch a lot of YouTube, even though I don't do it right now. I watch a lot of YouTube, and when people go into and get into trouble is when they're trying to talk about too many things in one video. Pick your topic, even if they're like 5-minute topics.
Well, and it's worse it's harder if you have more than one person doing it too.
Right. Well, but I'm saying, like it's something that this is a great for those that want to try to maybe get into doing something like this, or have your like if you guys I know you guys know what it is, but Obi on the Pody, it's 5 minutes of me just giving it hell, ranting.
Yep.
Do a video like that. Do a that grinds my gears. Do one of those. But make it make it that 10-minute.
That's a good example.
Work on the mark, guys. 30 minutes is max, but say about 15 minutes. That's perfect short. Because then somebody will actually sit there, me, myself, and I, Yogi, with how busy he is. I mean, we'll actually sit there and watch it for 15 minutes because really that's something that's given us, okay, let me watch this because somebody said it was funny. And even if it's not funny, it's 15 minutes where I'm not thinking about it, so I don't have to watch a whole hour-long video or I listen to an hour-long podcast when I'm just not in the mood for it. If I have something 10, 15 minutes to watch, that'd be a lot easier. Me.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, this is something we've been working on for a long time. Mm-hmm. But I think the other reason I'm doing it, not just because, people on the audience side have ADD, but, there's a lot of people that said, I want to do podcasting. Creators have ADD too. The creators have ADD too, and there's people that tell us all the time, like, I would love to do podcasts, I just don't have the time to commit to it. Like, well, what about if you had, you don't have to have a dedicated feed. There's a lot of aggregate feeds out there. Loading Ready Run has an aggregate feed. Retro Junkies Network has an aggregate feed. There's a bunch of others that I can't think of off the top of my head. And it's great because sometimes people will just, put like a quick little episode. It might be a highlight. It might be a mashup shows. Something what they do too is they do takeovers. Now those may not fit in minis, but like I love this thing is, let's say you go on vacation, but you want to keep your feed active, right? You have other hosts take over your feed, your show for an episode or two, whatever. They're doing that over on the Tangent Bound network, where
when me and Fifi go out west, on the network. When me and Fifi go out west to look at a house, we're going to be out west for a month. So unless I bring a computer out there, to do it, but I'm gonna be wanting to look at houses and all that other stuff. I'm gonna need somebody to take over mine for 2 episodes.
See that?
But
See
that's
that? Someone's
that's
gonna.
just that's just something that. And 2 guys, I want to make sure that everybody knows, whether you're listening to the podcast or whether you're live, it's we have so many podcasts too. So if you do want to get into it, we have a whole bunch of podcasts already set up and already going. Yogi has a couple. I have one that you guys please come join me. It's an open-ended discussion so then you don't have to dedicate, I want to do this, this, and this. If you want to do a certain thing, I'll give you a half hour on the show. You can do whatever the fuck you want. We're like that. We're all like that, guys. So if you want to think about doing it, or just even if you want to just come talk to us, TeamSpeak's always open. I'll get it fixed when I can.
Undead Viking02, thanks for the follow.
Danka.
Where do people come from? They're like ninjas. Like ninja follows. But and that's the thing. Like, one of the things that we're working hard to do is get people breaking the boundaries. Like, we want to have people joining other shows, guest hosting other shows, creating bumpers for other shows. It's not just for branding, but it's a great team building exercise, because the easiest way to expand your network, your individual audience, your show's audience, your channel's audience, is to lend your credibility to someone else, and vice versa. People reciprocate that. It's basic collective economics. But I can't tell you how many people do not get the concept. Like, if everybody did these simple things, they'd be able to keep up with the A-listers, the 1%ers. But they don't do it. Because they just think, like, I'm going to just hoard this little piece of pizza. This pizza is mine. I think Beard and Morgan quiet, and I think we went off on a rant.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, you're right. Most people see the 1%, that top, and they're like, fuck you, I'm going to get that myself. They don't see the people that those at the top had to, I don't want to say use, because that makes it sound dirty.
No, in some cases.
In some cases, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But the people that helped get them there, mentors, friends, their other colleagues, you have to make friends with people to kind of expand your network.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Would you guys be down to do some takeovers? Hey, what about if Obi and I said, like, for a month, it'd be like, we're not hosting anymore. Morgan and Beard are gonna host this episode. The Fatal and BFT will host the next episode, and we're just gonna sit in the chat and troll you guys back.
God, that'll be a train wreck.
Oh, but it'd be fun.
We're not gonna be there to save you. It's on you.
Oh, that'd be so much fun, though.
That's the kind of
Very
stuff, like,
fun.
No,
that's the kind of stuff I don't see that much of that, and like, so when I see people doing that, it's just thinking along the same line. Again, I highly recommend Tangent Bound Network. They're kind of like one of our sister networks, and I just like that they're doing that. It's a very smart thing to do. It's very selfless. It's very social. I mean, being social on social media. What?
No.
I know.
Is that a thing?
It apparently still is. There's still hope.
All right.
I thought social media was just for ads and pictures of children.
I thought it was sandwiches. 2 cats.
Did you see that?
I guess it depends on your feed.
People are actually cutting back on the children thing because they're worried that there's like pedophiles out there.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing too to think about. Like sometimes I think about it, like, I'm gonna take a picture. I shouldn't share it because there might be some creeper out there. It's like, that sucks.
I share mine, and I feel for the motherfucker that thinks he wants to do it.
Yeah.
Because I am crazy enough, and I'll tell you live, I'm crazy enough, I'll kill you. Sorry, it's my kid we're talking about.
There's no doubt in my mind you would do that, Obi.
No doubt in my mind either.
I had a stranger Photoshop a beard onto my son. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's funny.
Is it an Obi beard?
No, it's like a weird statue beard.
Oh,
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, check that out. That sounds trippy. We should all Photoshop Obi with different kinds of beards and the mustaches, like a handlebar mustache.
Well, when I have to shave
button
this,
chops.
when I have to shave this, 'cause I know it's gonna happen. When I have to do that, I'll sit here in front of the camera with a shaved face, and you guys can do whatever you want.
Or we could do Google Hangouts.
What color
We
am
could
I
do
gonna make my beard for Halloween? Anybody? I was thinking about like
What
hot pink
color?
or some shit.
Yeah.
If it's coming off anyway, why not rainbow?
Yeah, there's some streaks in there.
People might be like, "What are you running the rainbow flag or something?" Like, super.
Dude, do you guys like Italian ices?
Yes.
Where the
What?
fuck did this come from?
Because you just made me think that the rainbow icy is like the least appreciated, but it's delicious. If you're indecisive fuck like me, you get the rainbow icy. It's got the lemon, it's got the cherry, it's got the blueberry, or some people call it the blue flavor. Blue not a flavor, it's a color, but that's okay. And then it's got no, that's it, right? Red, white, and blue. Yeah, that's the rainbow. Not really much of a rainbow, but it's more of an American flag. But if you call it American flag, that's
Well,
terrible brand.
the rainbow that The rainbow that I've gotten before had lime, or like lemon lime, so like a yellow,
lime, yeah.
green, purple, grape, blue, like blue the blue raspberry flavor, the cherry, one of the white ones, can't remember, but I had like 4 or 5 colors in there.
The white is sometimes the white is coconut, sometimes it's lemon or lemon lime, whatever.
I don't know. It was sweet, so it was good.
Yeah, I love Italian ices. It's something I miss from up north. That's more common up north. You don't see them much out down here. But you guys like Italian ices?
Yes.
They're delicious,
I
aren't
don't think
they?
I've had one.
Oh.
She lives in Wyoming, dude.
You guys have to remember, I live in absolute.
She lives in
nowhere.
BFE. For those that don't know what that means,
Yes.
that's fucked Egypt.
Funbehagen.
This isn't where you parked your car. It is, but I had a group of guys. We kind of played a prank at you, and it's on the roof.
Dude,
Thanks.
where's my car? Dude. What's yours say? Dude. Okay, sorry.
What's yours
Anyway.
say? Sweet! That's awesome. What's mine say? Dude! What's mine say? Sweet! Okay.
But Morg, if you get to go to like a big supermarket, pick up Merinos. It's pretty big no matter where you are. They're not the
Right.
best Italian ice, but they're like, it's like, have you had shaved ice before?
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar thing, but instead it's not shaved for you, you have to shave it. You know what I mean? So it's flavored ice,
Oh.
but it doesn't do it justice. It's like harder than a slushy, more solid than a slushy. Does that make sense?
Possibly.
Morgan,
That's Italian icing.
it's a snow cone.
What? Okay.
It's what?
A snow cone.
Yeah, but more solid. Well, shaved ice, snow cone, they're kind of similar things.
Okay.
No, but the ones that come in a cup are solid. That's what I'm talking about.
I told you it's on the roof, dude.
But
Sorry.
oh man, I missed the Latino style ices too. Those are fun too. If you go to New York City, especially like the Bronx, you'll see like a guy with a little cart pushing it along, and it's like they got the coconut. They got like a more tropical flavor, like coconut,
I'm in the coconut.
papaya. What's the other one? Tamarindo. What's the other one they have? Man, I can't even think now. But it's good stuff.
If
Anyway.
you like pina coladas.
Oh yeah, pina colada. They got that too. Pina colada, pineapple. Yeah.
That's the white.
There you go.
The white flavor. I just remembered it. Pina colada.
And this is how we get off topic. They always come back to food.
It's
Yeah.
always food's
It's always
fault.
the food.
Wait. Oh, okay. Morg.
Yes. Yes.
Have you had the natural fruitsicles. Put like chunks of fruit in there. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like the coconut or the strawberry, like real strawberry in there.
No.
No.
Man, I'm like having like serious chub about these things, and no one's like excited with me.
Moving on.
Wow.
I'm talking about Yogi's fucking chub. What? Dude, fun. It's up there, dude. I swear. Maybe. It might have fallen in the compactor. I don't remember.
Wait, what?
We're still talking about his car.
What's Fun saying though? Is this an argument that everything is lower on the totem pole compared to Southern snowballs? What?
What?
We barely get snow. I hope we get a lot of snow this year. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. My wife here, she hates snow.
Yogi,
but I love it.
as soon as we get snowfall, I'll take a picture of you for you. Okay? The first snowfall. And that's before my dog shits and pisses on it. I'll get before.
Yeah, oh god. Snow in New York City is disgusting. It's just freaking landmines all over the place.
And people don't pick. That bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, there's times like, and I'll seriously do it. Not you guys, you can call me dumb, but I don't care. When my dog shits, I have a little a fork that has 4 tongs on it, and they're angled. So then all I do is stick that fork in the ground and twist, and then it puts the poop right into the ground, and there's a little hole there, but the next couple weeks the grass is covering it.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
So I just turn the dog, like, everybody yells at me, "Why don't you pick up your poop in the yard? Why don't you leave me the fuck alone? Let me do what I want to do. My fucking yard."
But it's manure. It's manure.
I said, I'm fertilizing my grass for next year. Shut the hell up. Leave me alone.
That's not how you do it.
Well, how do you do it? Come show me. Won't you come do a couple lines for me?
Oh, okay. Fun is talking about the southern snowballs, because there's snow cone, the shaved ice. I mean, it's different. Wherever you go, it's different. Like in Puerto Rico, we call them piraguas. Piragua is shaved ice, but like they use more of like a syrup base.
That's what we call it here in the U.S. Piraguas.
Piragua.
I said it, Piragua. What?
But the Italian ice is different. Like, I like shaved ice. Problem with shaved ice is like the flavors added after the fact. So after a while, it like gets watered down and you don't have that flavor. But with Italian ices, the flavors infused into it. So every bite you get is like, bam! Oh,
It's infused into it.
It's infused. Don't forget, folks, we didn't mention it, but September 30th, International Podcasting Day. Now our challenge to you is if you want to get into podcasting and just, have fun with it, and you need some direction, you want to be part of the gang, we'll help you out. We'll give you some one-on-one coaching. Maybe we'll do a group call. We'll introduce you to the rest of the gang, and we'll have fun. I love to have more people to work with, people that are how shall I say, malleable. You have to empty your cup.
We're not going to finish this if we don't keep going.
We're going to finish what? What are we finishing?
This segment.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. So there's a few more things. I know we got to wrap up soon. I know we're getting to that time. So we just talked about it. It's all part of the madness. Meet and greets. It's such a thing that you can take for granted. And I know before anybody says anything, I got to get better about it. Just have little things, create opportunities to do some gaming with your fellows, introduce people like Skype chat or TeamSpeak. Get involved in that stuff. We do a thing called Gang Nights where we do community gaming, and we invite hosts on our network, streamers, and we invite the viewers, the friends of the network, and everybody, and we all get together and have a good time. It's so important to have that. It's a great team building thing. It's a good change of pace. It's therapeutic, right? It's a good time. You gotta try to. You gotta also realize you can't accommodate everybody, but you gotta identify your real players. Like being a hat, he's got the most jacked up schedule out of all of us. We got to start making more events that are not on the weekend so we can get him on board with them.
Yeah, you don't have to bend your schedule around me.
Yeah, but we miss you, bro.
I can hang out on Mondays and Thursdays. Those are looking pretty good now.
Oh, Thursday's very convenient because I did some good shows on Thursday nights. Just saying.
And the baby's sleeping till at least 2 a.m. now, so I have a good window.
I love the chat. Who lets the snow cone last long enough to be watered down? Uncultured swine. Yeah, you gotta eat those snow cones quick.
Why you just get ice cream? It turns into a milkshake by the time it's melted.
And it's still delicious.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do this? You get a ice cream cone, especially soft serve, and then like once it starts melting, you just kind of like bite the bottom of the snow cone and just suck it through the bottom of it.
And then you turn into a hamster? Yes.
Like I always try to picture myself from the outside. I'm like, I must look really retarded right now, but this is delicious. Turn into a hamster. It's true. It's like a little drip.
You want those
make
big
the whole
ass waffle cones, just bite the end off.
Oh, waffle cones the only way to go. Like regular like cones are like sugary cardboard. Like the texture. Yeah. I can do it every now and then. But the waffle cone is so good, dude. Ah. Oh. Are we in agreement here? Obi? Morg?
Yeah.
Morg, we hear that you wear waffle cones on your head sometime. Is this true?
Not in public.
Alright, a few more things. So messaging and branding. Like a lot of people think about branding. They think about it as created a logo and maybe an overlay, and that's it. But it's more than that. To me, branding, the essence of branding is having consistency across your messaging. And like basically, whether you have written content, video content, audio content, whatever, it all has a similar voice. Does that make sense? Kind of like it feels authentic, it feels consistent, like it's always you, and you're always communicating a similar thing, and people can look at these different things and get a feel for what you stand for, what kind of person you are, what kind of network you are, whatever your entity is, whether it's a personal brand or something bigger than yourself. And I think that's an important thing that people struggle with, and it's an ongoing thing, but I think it's important to try to look at, you know, if you have a Facebook, you have a Twitter, you know, Tumblr, whatever you have, website, your Twitch, your podcast feed, look at what you're writing, what you're communicating across the thing, and say, all right, is this connecting, or does this seem like just a mishmash kind of thing? You know? Does that make sense? Am I making sense, guys?
Yeah, it's like if you look at, say, the advertising for McDonald's, it doesn't matter what campaign it is, you're still going to know that brand is that brand.
Yeah. And McDonald's is a great example because McDonald's, no matter where you go in the world, they may change some things up, but you could always pick them out right away.
Yeah, it's brand management down to a T, to the point where they'll spend millions of dollars to fix ads that are slightly off-brand, or they won't deal with certain spokespeople because their character is questionable, because they have a brand image to maintain.
Yep. They don't mess around, man.
Yeah.
But franchising is also a whole different beast because it's very regimented, very templated, shall we say.
Yeah, and the franchises don't handle their own branding or advertising. That's all handled by big corporate, and you pay $1 million a year to own that building.
Yep.
Probably more than that.
A McDonald's?
Yeah.
It's right around $320,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
It's not that
I
expensive.
expected that to be more.
It's not as much as people think it is. And the reason I know that is because I looked into McDonald's, Subway, Jimmy John's, Quiznos. I would, for, you know, something that I can start myself, but yeah.
this podcast brought to you by Carl's Jr. No, don't bring it back to food. I know we got to start wrapping up, Obi. There's a few more things. We really mentioned earlier, I think we mentioned it a few times, about going deep versus going wide. Most marketing is what they consider mass or interrupt marketing. It goes wide, right? You cast a wide net, but you don't really speak to anyone in particular. We believe in going deep. For the average person, if you're not the 1% or the 5%er, the A-lister, you go deep. And that means you touch one person at a time and make them super excited. Make a friend at every turn. Don't think about making a lot of connections or getting a lot of fans or viewers. Make a friend and convert that person into a lifelong friend. And then that person becomes a brand ambassador. And then you could go through them and go deeper into and network through them, if that makes sense. What do you guys talk about? Deep or wide? Huh? What?
One at a time now. No threesomes.
Yeah, one at a time. One at a time. The last one I want to mention before I wrap it up. Stress testing idea. This is a huge one. Because some of you know, we have a bunch of shows in the pipelines that have been in pre-production. We've been planning different topics and seeing who is interested in hosting them and what schedules look like, getting together graphics and all this kind of stuff, music. It's a lot of work, especially on the podcasting side. And then we got to think about the video side too. And what's nice about stress testing an idea, the longer you let an idea kind of marinate, I like to call it, the better it is at fixing the times. And I know this contradicts what I say, because we've said before, the best thing to do is just ship. Just do it. Do it, and then you learn as you go along, because if you overthink it, you're never going to get started, right? But sometimes, if you wait and you plan, like especially the more people you have involved with it, and if you have something that's, all right, this is a round table format show, we need at least 3 people to make this work. You need to have 3 reliable people, because if you have 1 or 2 people flake out on you, it's broken. So then how do you keep that going? Obi knows.
Story of my life.
Issue, the Sunday Dose. He's had it out with Sunday Dose. I've had the same issue with Time Might Be Tea Time. I started Time Might Be Tea Time. A bunch of people were like, man, I would love to talk about Doctor Who and all this other stuff. I'm like, let's do this. And they were all excited about it, all going on about it. And then I launched the show. I let them know, hey, I'm going to launch it in 2 weeks. You ready? Yeah, let's do it. Out of 10 people, 1 person showed up.
Well, Fatal?
No, Fatal came after the fact. And now Fatal's flaking out. I mean, I know he's busy, but I know he's busy.
He's not flaking out on you. He's working 15-hour days at his job right now, almost 7 days a week. So he's not flaking out on you, I promise.
Well, let me live the joke out, man. I know he's working hard. He's been telling me.
Well, I got Fatal's back. I mean, he's been working his ass off. He had to quit the Counter-Strike team too.
Oh, damn.
So I mean, it's hey. Works.
And that's the
right
thing.
now.
Situations change too. That's the other thing to think about. What's the beard?
No, I was just grunting in disdain at working 15-hour days, 7 days a week. I've done that.
I had one job where I spent so much time in there that I had a sleeping bag set up. I practically camped out there. All right, Obi's giving me the signal. We gotta wrap up. I know, Obi. Don't worry, I'll cut it out post-production. It'll be good. Obi's ready to go. Did you guys enjoy the discussion? Some good tips, some good useful insight. Get your brain juices going.
Yeah.
All right, good. Obi, take us home.
Damn it. Yogi, let me first of all say your final thoughts on anything.
That's it. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Morg, your final thoughts, ma'am?
I'll quit too.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, you scrubs. Beard and Hat, your final thoughts?
All 3. I quit.
Be a quitter.
The fuck? Morgana, where can they find you at?
MorganaFreya, pretty much everywhere.
Beard and Hat? How about you, sir?
Find me Beard and Hat on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and that's it.